Hello, welcome to another video on understanding insurance claims. Again, I ask you, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button because I plan to produce quite a few of these, some in a lot of detail. But the one today is on property, an overview of the property policy. The property means like your homeowner's policy or your business policy. That's what we refer to as property. Now this is just an overview. I don't intend for it to be very detailed, but just to give you an idea of what's covered in your policy. Most all of your property policies, regardless of the company, they have more similarity than they do differences. Despite what you see on a lot of commercials, there's not really that much difference as far as if you buy a Cadillac policy from one company, it's going to be very similar to a Cadillac policy from another company. Now you may find that one company offers just a policy that has very minimal coverage, but another company will offer the same policy. So when you compare those two policies, you'll find that there's more similarity than differences. First of all, with your policy, and if you have one handy and you want to look at it, you'll see that you'll have the declarations page, what we call in the insurance industry the deck page. It'll have your insured's name, insured address, the agent's name, the company name, the policy dates, the policy period, which is basically when the policy is started and when the policy ends, and you'll have basic amounts of coverage. That's your declaration page. And to your declaration page, the company will attach a policy form, whether it's one of, as I said, the Cadillac policy or one with less coverages that typically cost less. So it's up to you to make that decision as to which policy that you would like. As long as your property meets the requirements, then the company can write you with a better policy. And then you'll have your insuring agreements. And it'll basically say what the company will do and what you will do. And it just sets more or less sets out the fact the policy is in force as of this date, and this is what the company has agreed to. Then it'll have your definitions, and your definitions are very important. And they will tell you what various terms in the policy mean. And when you see a word that's highlighted, captioned, or bold, it's highlighted in a way that it stands out, then always refer back to your definitions page so that you can see what that particular word means to the insurance company. And these definitions have pretty well widespread insurance usage, and the companies by and large accept these words to mean certain things. And also the courts to a large extent have decided, okay, when this word appears in the policy, they carry a certain meaning. So always refer back to your definitions. Just saying building does not necessarily mean that that particular building is insured. You need to look closely at the definitions. I can't stress that enough. Then it talks about what your duties are after loss. If a loss occurs at your property, what are you to do? You're to report it to your insurance company, your insurance agent. You're to file, if it's a theft from your home, you're to file a report with the police. Those kinds of things are set out. Those are things that you're required to do after a loss occurs. Then you'll have things like coverages, your building, your home, other structures. Some policies might refer to them as appurtenant structures, structures that appertain to your home, but they're not part of your home. They're detached from your home. We're not talking about an attached garage because that's part of your home, but a detached structure that you may use for storage, or you may use it as a garage or whatever. But it's not part of your the living structure. Then it'll talk about things like your contents, your personal property. And then there'll be special limits for certain types of property. In the event of a theft or in the event of a fire or any type of loss, there may be special limits that apply. And then you'll find things like your additional living expense coverage. If your home is not habitable, how much will the company pay me so that I can find another place to live while my home is being repaired or reconstructed, or if it's deemed a total loss until such time as I find permanent quarters. You'll have things like limitations, exclusions, conditions, how your claim is settled. If your claim is settled, if your claim is over a certain amount, how the company will settle that claim initially, and what the company will do to see that you've received the full amount of coverage that you're entitled to. All of those things are explained in detail. The insurance policy, whether it's property, automobile, or whatever, is explained in detail. The company wants to be sure, because this is a contract. This is a contract between you and the insurance company. So the more detail you have in it, then the better off you are to understand it, and it's clearer in the long run as to what's covered and what's not, and to the degree that it's covered. So you'll find all of those things in there. But then you'll find a section under liability. And this will basically say how much coverage and for what events am I insured in the event I damage the property of others, or if someone comes onto my premises and falls and hurts themselves, or if my dog gets loose and my dog bites a neighbor or whatever. It will explain to you what your liability limits are and what types of things that the company will insure you for when it comes to liability. And then you'll find general conditions. And these are just overall conditions as to how, in the event that someone else damages your property, say a vehicle runs into your home, the company will try to collect from this party. It doesn't interfere with you collecting from your insurance company, but then the company wants your cooperation so that they can go back against the responsible party and collect from them. And you'll find things in general conditions like, can the policy be canceled? What about renewal? Those types of things that you need to be sure that you understand. And if you have questions, be sure to ask your insurance agent, and he can more than likely give you any explanation that you need. So again, I ask you, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and be looking for more videos in more of the individual areas of property and automobile and other types of coverages, and we'll be looking at those in greater detail. But again, I thank you and have a nice day.